Oh, there it's red light.
Good. Hey, it's Doc Weathers from Chirofitness Rehabilitation Center, and I'm here at one of our gym locations called Relive Performance and Fitness. I guess it's Relive Fitness and Performance. Sorry, Jim, I'll get it right. But anyway, we live out here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. And you guys all know how we do a lot of biohacking to help athletes perform better as well as speed up their recovery. Well, today we're bringing in Kyle Pruitt from Mobile Hydration. Thank you. It's that enunciations that I need to work on. You have an IV for that, I hope.
Yes, actually we do.
Okay,
we have
good.
a bag specifically for mental performance.
There, see, yeah, I know the comments are like he definitely needs mental performance enhancements. Shut up. Anyway, Kyle Pruitt's here, and their company does a lot of IV nutrients and et cetera to help athletes perform and recover from their performances quicker. And so we're going to do a demonstration of what it's like for them to do that on one of the athletes, and we're also going to tie in with how we do it in our office of enhancing it even better with some extra biohacking. So stay tuned. Okay, so now we've left the gym area and we are in one of the treatment rooms, happens to be my treatment room, where we work with pro and elite athletes, helping them get back into the game. And Kyle's going to come over here and he's actually going to run us through what it's like as a patient of theirs. So, Kyle?
Alrighty. So each appointment we start out with getting your blood pressure, your pulse, and your SpO2, telling us how much oxygen you have in your blood. It's just a baseline. It helps us protect you from any serious injury and also helps give us an idea of what's going to benefit you the most. Okay. Heart rate of 100. Good oxygen, 95.
Awesome.
I'm just going to put this up here. And all I need to do is grab the pulse.
All right. Squeaky is the cuff, not me.
It's a little high.
I run a little high and then add being on camera.
Yeah.
It's stressful for me.
Oh yeah, no, that's expected. Alrighty, so next we're gonna pick the site. Mr. Jim back over here has told us that his right arm typically works the best. We can stick anywhere though.
I'm gonna come on
foreheads, we can do feet. Whatever makes our clients feel more comfortable. First thing we do is we tie off and get that blood to pop up in those veins to make sure that we have a good place to poke.
And again, this is the IV for recovery after performance.
Yep, performance recovery.
Okay.
And we have 3 different levels of this one actually. So we have like our Olympic athlete, like really true performance one. And we have all the way down to like your average Joe. What are you going to need right now just to get back into the game?
Okay. It's awesome that you can make it specific to the athletic activity level.
Oh yeah. And we can customize it even further to whatever the client's needs might be more specifically on a health-wise side. And then also to the sport event itself.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, a lot of runners, they hit that cramp.
Mm-hmm.
We have our calcium that makes it where your muscles won't cramp as easily. So you'll be able to run further without having any cramps.
Okay.
Or if you're currently cramping, then we get rid of them. Alright. You got a nice one right there.
Well, I try.
It's really pretty. That is a camera-worthy vein right there.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, don't miss. I'm recording.
I might not have big biceps, but you know, I got the bodybuilder veins there.
There you go. So we do use smaller than normal needles. These are 22 gauge. We can go up to 20, but we're not in a medical emergency, so we have no need for something that big.
Okay.
Just enough to make sure you get the fluids you need. All right. Mostly pain-free.
As I say, that actually I was expecting a little bit more of a sharp poke, but
Yep.
it went in really easily.
And we have special catheters that don't leak blood. So 99% of our IVs don't ever spill a drop of blood. So if you're worried about a mess at home or at the gym, have no fear.
So not only do you do this here at the gym, at this location, but you also are mobile where you can...
Yep. We can come to your work, your office, to weddings. We can go out
Weddings?
to track meets. We do have an entire wedding line.
As I say, you have grooms that just pass out before they're heading down.
Absolutely. We're known more for our hangover bag.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
There you go. All right.
the performance bag is really where we're seeing a lot of people make differences in their health and their performance in competitions.
We also have a bridal line for the bride that wants to glow on her wedding day.
Oh.
Yeah,
You gonna do the drop test on camera?
I am.
It's my favorite part.
So what we're doing now, this is to secure it around the thumb. So if you were to trip over this line, something like that was to happen, it would not pull out of your arm. It
I appreciate
stays
that.
safely seated.
Yeah.
If you're at home, no dogs or kids can pull it out.
Gotcha.
This next test is to make sure that we're actually in the vein. And we drop the bag just below the level of the arm.
Okay.
And we see that blood flow go into our tube. And then when we bring the bag back up above, the fluids will start to push the blood back in. And seeing that fluid push it back in, we know that we're in a good vein.
Awesome. I can start to see it moving and
Yep.
shit out. There you go. Look at that. And I feel the refrigeration of the fluid now.
Most of the time we have some warm rice packs that we'll put over the site to kind of help keep your arm warm.
Okay.
And now comes the fun part, what I call the magic.
Ah.
So over here, every bag we make, we custom build at the site. So you could say you want X, Y, or Z, and we'll put it directly in the bag. You don't have to worry about it being pre-made. You can't add, you can't take away.
Right, right.
We do full custom if that's what the client needs. And this allows us to safely add everything and get a good mixture.
Okay. And you definitely have a cocktail created for me. So.
Oh yes. So everything that we put out is clinically backed by a medical trial. Nothing is snake oil, so to speak. It all works the way it should work.
Okay. That's one of the things that interested me when we were talking earlier before, when we decided to do this, is your company definitely does a lot of research and is backed by clinical studies
Yeah, and that's
of what the
really
nutrients
important.
do.
So what this is our B12. This is what helps you make your blood cells. It helps give you energy. It's what they put in all those fancy energy drinks.
Okay.
So we use a different version. We use methylcobalamin, which actually works with the MTFR gene. So this is actually a true native form of B12, whereas psychocobalamin is man-made, and they typically have more issues in the population.
Okay.
It's all about absorption and being able to utilize this fast. Like you said, the biohack is super important.
Okay.
This is our B12, or B complex. This
So
is
all the other B's.
all the other B vitamins, riboflavin, niacin. And that's what gives us this nice, fancy golden color.
Okay.
You know, gold for the win. Just remember that. And that's going to help you with energy. It's going to help you with focus. It literally makes your body more efficient at doing everything.
Okay.
So next we have zinc. Right now with the weather and the flu going around, zinc just helps your body protect itself against the flu, a lot of respiratory illnesses.
Okay.
This is one of the major ones they put in like Tamiflu, Zicam, and helps fight COVID.
Nice.
And then here we have that calcium. Calcium, the way that works is it raises the firing potential of your cells. So it takes more energy for your muscle to fire and cramp.
Mm-hmm.
What this does is it raises that bar even more, so your body can't actually cramp.
Okay.
It makes it almost physically impossible. You'd have to be doing some Michael Phelps stuff consistently.
Okay.
Next is our Biamino. And what this is,
It's quad amino now.
oh yeah, quad amino. And it's 4 antioxidants and vitamins that are used in the body to increase your blood flow naturally. So this is kind of what you do with your Beamer device, but on a medical level.
Okay.
For supplements, it helps more blood gets everywhere.
Okay.
Not as well as the Beamer, but
Well, we'll
it
talk.
helps.
We'll bring that in here in a few minutes.
Well,
We'll get you all set up.
So here we have magnesium. It is a CNS depressant. So what that is, you know, if you have anxiety, you know, if you feel wired up and amped, this helps calm you down and helps you focus. It helps with depression, a lot of different things. And here we have vitamin C. We do an above average dose, one to help with the sickness that's going around, and the other is vitamin C helps with your skin.
Oh, I could use that.
Yeah, but it helps replenish and nourish your skin and just get those fluids all around. And what you see me doing now is just, we call it the push-pull method, and it helps mix everything as we're putting it in.
Okay.
So you get a uniform color.
Nice.
And not everything just at one side of the bag.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, the first one was red. You noticed when you went in, you know, it was like adding cherry syrup to a drink.
Yeah.
Not that I know about that.
Uh-uh.
No.
Just a little bit of grenadine makes it go down.
That's right.
So, and that's pretty much it. What we have here is a pressure bag. It increases the pressure on this bag as described and makes the infusion appointment go faster. So
Okay.
say you need to be out in 15, 20 minutes, we'll hook one of these up and we can get a bag through in 15, 20 minutes.
All right.
Faster if we use a bigger needle.
Right. That's right. Good.
Alrighty. So now we'll just sit here, hang out. We'll talk about some of your performance goals and maybe what you want in your next bag. Because we can go bag to bag. We also have a whole line of supplements that we can implement to help you on your journey.
So for an elite athlete, how often would you recommend doing this?
I would say at least every 2 weeks if you were going to be like a performance athlete. It's going to replenish all your basic vitamins and minerals and get you on a base level. Anything after that, we can meet up and start covering what you specifically want or need.
Okay.
Tell me about the fluid that you use.
No, so most companies use normal saline, which is a salt content. What we have is lactated ringers. It does have saline, but it's also got chloride. It's got potassium, and mag already in it.
Okay.
It's kind of what we use in our ICU to take care of our patients. It's just better for your body's like holistic side.
Okay.
It's got your basic electrolytes already in it.
Yeah.
So when you're adding those other electrolytes, it's an additional potency aspect to it then?
Yeah,
Not
it's
just,
not too much, but it is
Right.
enough that it's going to give you that little bump, and you will notice it, especially on a performance level.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, this is actually, I mean, very comfortable. I was expecting, you know, have to keep it stiff because the needle.
Yeah. So there's no needle in the arm. This is actually like a silicone catheter, so it bends.
Oh, all right.
If you were actually to flex your arm, it would stop.
Do you want to use the other one and show us?
Yeah, it's a good idea. So each one of our needles comes with a standard safety device, so we don't accidentally stick somebody.
Ah.
But this is the part that we leave in your arm, and that's a flexible catheter.
Oh,
so you can
alright.
bend. It's not sharp like you can see.
Right. Right.
It's not that sharp.
It's just a little straw.
Yep.
Gotcha. That's
So
awesome.
you can get up and move about. It shouldn't hurt you as you move around.
Mm-hmm.
And the great thing with tying this off, you can get up, you can go and do whatever you need to do around the house or at the gym. Like if you need to go take your drinks, you know, you're free to move about the cabin, so to speak.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely something that I wasn't thinking I'd be able to do. I thought I was going to be here like, all right, stiff, stay.
Yeah, no. And like I said, we can actually go up a size on the needle, and we could probably get a bag of fluids into you in about 10 minutes. So if you really are like in a
Pressure
bind,
time.
we can get you through. The
When
only
you
thing,
go that fast, how's the response from the athlete? I mean, do they feel like a little lightheaded from putting it in
they
so
just feel
quickly?
cold.
Just feel
So
cold.
the only thing that would cause you problems would be our product NAD, and that's typically an hour-long infusion for our smallest dose.
Okay.
Trying to do it faster can make you a little bit more sick to your stomach because it's very potent, very
Okay.
powerful. Our high dose of that is a 4-hour-long infusion. So we don't typically put a pressure bag on those because we're going to be there for a while.
Yeah. All right. So definitely coming in post-workout, 10-15 minutes.
Yep. And if you let us know, like you call ahead, we can actually have everything set up for you. So you just walk over, you'll get poked, everything will actually already be in the bag, and you can get in and out if that's what you're wanting.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my mindset is keep my arms still, but
Yeah.
you can see I'm bending and there's not any,
Nope.
no wincing,
Yeah, I think
no therapist saying, don't do that.
Yeah, the worst part is when we pull this off because you have hair. So that's going to be the most pain you feel. But
Yeah,
we do
tell us that part now.
we do have a secret way of taking it off where we don't actually rip the hair.
Right.
That's a trade secret.
That's a
We're putting
trade
that on
secret.
camera.
All right. Well, that's that. Yeah, I have a razor that we use for the kinesio taping, just for that purpose. But
Oh, so he's nicer than we are.
Yeah.
that's right. But if you have a trade secret,
Yeah. It's a little secret sauce, man.
yeah, that's
Sprinkle it over the
That's
top.
it. That's it. Awesome. Well, this is cool. So, if are you able to bring that around to this other side? I want to turn it around here. Just
Get
on the
everything out of
side.
your way.
Awesome.
Prop your feet up.
Since I can move my arm, I'll get it calibrated. So this is one of the devices we use. He mentioned the name earlier, Beamer, BioHacking Magnetic Energy Regulation is what it stands for. It's a PEMF, Pulsed Electro Magnetic Frequency therapy device. It sends up pulse electromagnetic frequency into your body to help the circulation on the microcirculation level. So that's the circulation that goes directly to the cells, not just your arteries and veins. That makes up about 26% of your circulation in your body. The microcirculation is so tiny, only one blood cell or one cell can pass through the diameter at a time. And it goes to each capillary, which is part of that microcirculation, feeds into about 4 tissue cells, and there's another capillary for about 4 tissue cells. And there's about 25 trillion capillaries to about 100 trillion cells with that. But what this does is when we run it, it sends that pulse into the body to help that capillary system to feed into the cells more efficiently what's in the blood to help with the nutrients of the cells that it needs to be healthy, and it also pulls the waste and toxins out. Now, I remember back in algebra, the equation, if A plus B equals C, then C minus A has to equal B, C minus B has to equal A. So if we're putting this into the circulatory system and we have a device to help bring it more specifically to the cells to help it recover even quicker, well, this is not just a 1-2 punch, but more of a 1-2 or 10-time punch. So, so what we do is we just get the body started here, and I'm just going to do a general one, no specific setting. So now this is running in the body. There's no sound. Most patients don't feel it. We have other attachments to work more specifically. So if we're getting an IV for tissue repair of a shoulder, we can drape this up over the shoulder or put another device up to target that area. And what's interesting, we've had patients that we've done this before. Again, I mentioned how this was feeling cold from the refrigeration of the IV solution. We've had people, when we turn this on, a specific area feel cold deep in that tissue side. Which, you know, their eyes get big and it's like, whoa, this is working. No, yeah, that's what we do. Again, this is just the way that we biohack to help the patient and our athletes recover quicker, to get you back in the game, you know, until you're ready to leave on your own terms. So, but yeah, that's one of the things that we have going on. So I have on the back here is, and I'm glad I can move my arm. So on the back of this particular device, is a sensor that reads pulsed electromagnetic frequency. And so if I come down through here, you can hear it beep. So I don't have this on, so there's nothing, but again, down here where it's running, you can hear it beeping. So that's how we know that it's on. So yeah, so as they're getting this IV, getting the nutrients in, we're also now getting more specifically to the cells to help with the recovery. And you guys have stuff for post-surgery to help with tissue repair? And
so one of our big products is one of the strongest antioxidants in the body is glutathione. And that reduces inflammation systemically. So anywhere that you have inflammation, so say if you sprained your knee or you tore a muscle, it's going to go directly to there. It's already designed for that. And when you put it with your product, it's kind of just supercharging it, giving it like twice the amount of gas to get there and do what it needs to do.
Right. And recovery is all about shortening the time and getting you back into performance, which is what we do. Our tagline here at the office is, because not performing is not an option. We get it. And so teaming up with your company to help our athletes and the members here at this particular gym to get the most out of their workouts and get back to recovery, to work out again and reach their athletic goals. That's the name of the game. It's the key. So,
and trying to do it the best way possible. And we found, kind of like you said, the biohack to kind of skip to the front of the line.
Yeah. This one definitely skips to the front of the line. It pushes the line out of the way. So, yeah, this is awesome. I appreciate you being able to do this with me.
Oh, not a problem. This is the fun part.
And what's interesting, you added that pressure. So it seems like, you know, this bag's still full, but really
we're about halfway through.
It's the air pressing against there, so to help it get to there.
And what we can do is, like, we have a lot of runners that will come in, and one bag's just not going to cut it. We can give you 2 bags of fluid. If you're in a hurry, we're actually about to start having our 500 bags of fluid. So it's even faster than this 30 minutes could be.
Okay. Awesome. And you have a team of people to
so
do
all
this?
of our staff is either an EMT or a registered nurse. All of our EMTs that work for us are actually currently in nursing school to get that higher level of education. But we all have experience either in ICUs or ERs doing trauma medicine. A little bit about my background is I was a combat medic. I did a tour in Afghanistan. I came back, I helped teach other medics. So you guys would be in great hands. You know, we don't miss a lot. I'm going to say never, but you were in great hands. Typically we're in a lot worse situations trying to do this.
A little bit more distractions on the side.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's awesome. And thank you for your service.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah, and having weights drop around you, I'm sure, is different than some of the other things as a medic in the military would have to face.
Even in the ICU too.
Oh yeah.
It's where I work on the side as well, and you got 1,000 things beeping, you have people yelling. You know, you got, like you said, failure. Like, there's no excuse. It can't be an option.
So you were talking earlier about various ways, circumstances IVs would be good. What are some of the other? We have the performance one. We have tissue recovery post-op.
Yeah.
What are some other?
So we have one specifically designed for women in mind. It helps ease all of their menstrual cramps. They won't have any pain. It helps with their headaches.
Okay.
We also have a bag specifically designed for migraines. A lot of people that we have struggle. You know, they start working out, that migraine comes up.
Right.
About 45 minutes with our migraine package. It works. Even for people that take meds designed for migraines that don't normally work, our product will still work, just because on a biochemical level, we're treating that problem instead of using medicine.
Okay.
And then another one we have is, of course, immunity. That's a really big one. We have a bag specifically designed to knock out like COVID. You can fight it off for an extra 3 or 4 days. Gives you that time to really work through it and not be as miserable.
Right.
We also have our hangover bag. Come to us if you're hungover, and you won't be hungover. We've had somebody
the best seller.
Yeah. We've had somebody out at a run show up and be like, I drink all night. Do you have something? I'm gonna die. And we hook them up, and it's like last night never happened. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas for the most part.
Right.
And then we did develop a new bag recently because we're seeing a lot of people struggle with like mental performance, that mental fog. They feel like they're not all there.
Right.
So we have a bag specifically designed to make it feel like you can focus. You're able to have that mental clarity. You kind of feel a little bit more with it. And that works really well. We've seen a lot of people enjoy that, especially with the Adderall shortage. People will come and get that as kind of like that week-long gap, 2-week gap, until they can get their meds.
Okay. All right. You and I, or your business and my business is working and collaborating together. Again, bringing our athlete treatments to that next level of biohacking and recovery. Who else would you be interested in trying to collaborate with? What other industries? You guys work with the medical aspect.
Yeah.
What degrees?
So with one of our products, that glutathione I was talking about, that's actually being used in clinical trials for heart inflammation.
Okay.
And they're seeing a lot of great benefits of that. NAD on a clinical trial was proven to stop the aging process in human cells. So that's super exciting. That's in humans that are sick, chronically sick, though NAD levels and your glutathione levels in your body are super low. So we're just putting back in what your body's already using. So think of it like instead of us adding to you, we're putting back what you've lost.
Okay.
And then putting it with your beamer device with our glutathione, using that in surgical recoveries, increasing blood flow to an area, but then having that increased blood flow with your glutathione, getting in there to do what it needs to do. It's kind of like the Army's paratroopers, you know, we're going to bring them right to where they need to go and drop them. Cause chaos.
It's a good analogy. All right. Awesome. So, and are you looking at working with any other gyms as well?
There's a few gyms that have asked us to come in and kind of help their athletes. And they'll typically just call us on a base level, but a lot of the gyms will have us come in and do a presentation and kind of show the athletes what they can benefit from this. Because when you're talking about a workout recovery, you know, you have creatine, you've got all your other supplements, which are great, but 30% of what you ingest is taken out by your liver. So you're already at 70% of what you took. Right. Then you have to wait.
True.
And it's going to release over time.
Get that metabolism.
This skips all of that. Like you said, it's front of the line. We're going to give you everything you need right now. Your body's going to be able to utilize it, and you'll recover instantly.
We did have a gym ask us about helping after hot yoga.
Yes.
That would, I can see that one.
Yeah.
A lot of people cramp after that, apparently.
Yeah. Well, a lot of water loss and electrolytes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I probably would cramp up like a raisin and then be able to move after a hot yoga class. So, as you can see, we've got about 5 minutes left, if that.
Okay.
It's pretty fast.
That's awesome.
And typically during this time, we'll go over some of our other products that we have with our clients, like what their needs are, whether they be medical, performance, and we kind of make a strategy on how to best achieve those goals.
Okay. Yeah, this has been, I've had IVs done before, and they've helped. Most, usually it's, you know, where I'm not feeling well, flu-like, you know, and I know I still have to be present as much as I can for my patients and all. So I've done them in the past for those types of things, but it's great to know that there's a full gamut of usage.
We can add taurine, L-carnitine. We have fat burners, we have muscle mass increasers. Just the sky's the limit. We can do anything as long as it's a safe product. We don't advertise or put out anything that's not safe.
Right. Do you come across any problems for this being considered doping at all for athletes, or is that something you navigate?
I will say, if you are at a long distance run, like say you have to do laps, or you're going a super long distance, we cannot give it to you in between a round or in between a race, because the recovery is instant. You can go from I'm cramping, I'm dehydrated to it never happened. You're starting back at 0 and everybody else is just dog tired. So we are kind of not allowed to go out into the middle of a race, which you know, it's kind of fair.
So checking the rules and regulations and all, you as well as the athlete to understand.
And we always check with officials before we give products, because we don't want an athlete to lose their spot. As far as I'm aware, though, like even the morning of, we can give you a product like this, and you're still good because it's beforehand.
Okay.
So,
So what are some of the side effects?
So everything that we put in our bags is naturally made in the human body. There are 0 side effects. Our mag can make you sleepy if we double dose it. You know, if you have a really bad migraine, you know, we'll put those guys kind of out for a nap. And then our vitamin C can give some people like heartburn.
Okay.
So, and that's only because some of our bags that we have, like we have a gout bag specifically designed to get rid of gout. It's a lot of vitamin C. It's 100 grams, which is 100 of those little emergency packs.
Okay.
So it isn't ascorbic acid is the name, so it is an acid, so you will get that like heartburn feeling. And that's about it, other than NAD. That one is kind of a special case. Some people feel like cramps in their stomach. They feel like they have to go to the bathroom. Some people feel floaty and like whoosh, the blood rush to their head.
And then in the NAD one is at minimum an hour to 4 hours.
Yes, depending on the dose.
That's okay.
That's the medicine that Justin Bieber took after he had his like stroke-like symptoms that fixed him.
Okay.
So what NAD does is, everyone has it in every cell. It's used to help to like build your DNA strands back.
For the nerds like me, it's part of the Krebs cycle.
Yeah, it builds energy. It provides ATP to the mitochondria. It's an amazing supplement that we make that we just run out of. So we put that back and it supercharges the body.
Okay.
The only other side effect that I want to bring up that often gets looked over is after you get B vitamins, your urine will smell.
Yes. So our B complex will turn your urine fluorescent yellow.
Fluorescent yellow.
Yeah, and you will smell the old school chewy Flintstone vitamins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're B vitamins.
Yeah, right.
So that's about the worst of it.
We've gotten a couple calls about that, so I like to throw that out there.
Yeah. It's totally normal. Your kidneys aren't shutting down.
Okay.
It's just that B complex because it does have that color, which is natural when it's pulled into a bottle in a bottle like that.
All right. And it will be neon.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty bright.
For black light in the bathroom.
Yep. Oh, you wouldn't need a
party.
black light. And you can't ever have too much of those two.
Okay.
Because your body will just pee out what you don't need. So we basically maximize your body's usage of that.
Okay.
And whatever you don't need, you pee out. Everything else, magnesium, for example, 80% of Americans are low in it. So even with a double dose of that, we kind of put people back to where they need to be. And magnesium helps you sleep. It helps you perform mentally, helps you focus, helps you go to the bathroom regularly.
Right.
It does a mini wonder of things.
All right. So, again, I appreciate you taking the time to do this demonstration. It's awesome. I was expecting a little bit more poking and all the air being let out. So anyway, Kyle, thank you for being here. And Mobile Hydration is the name of the company that we are working with here at Chirofitness Rehabilitation Center. And Doc Weathers saying thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yep.
We appreciate it. Come and see us.